All right, guys, 31st cut on the throttle body injection. I went a little nutty. I changed the angle of that ramp quite a bit. And you may notice that I almost sound happy. Wow. As far as I'm concerned, this all looks pretty darn good. As far as our liquid, let's take a look at the bore. Okay, I think that's better than we've been doing. So I'm happy with that. The valve looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. I don't know if you can see. This wall has been changed a little bit more. Mostly the ramp, to be honest. The short side was changed last cut, and that was a major loser. And then I took a look at the airspeeds and I said, you know what? I'm going to try to make it a little more like that L29 big block head. Now, the L29 big block head, unless I'm mistaken, I am going from memory. Let's take a look. Okay, you can see the angle that I have this one ground on. Okay, as far as reference this way. I think the L29 comes in on an angle like this. So you can still see we have a decent amount of angle this way on that ramp. I think for my next cut, I may straighten that out a little more. I have to take a good look at my airspeeds and figure it all out. But overall, it looks like this was a relatively happy cut. So let's take... Now, there's a couple things that I changed, you know. In reality, this wall here is much more like a straight wall port at this point. I got rid of that scoop where I had the air coming out this way. What I was trying to do was make a scoop this way and make a scoop this way. That didn't really work too well. Well, I got rid of that. I took my clay out. So actually this ramp is a low helix, and it ramps up fast towards the end. And the same thing with this one. Fast here, and then it gradually eases down. Overall, it seems like it liked it. So why don't we take a look at the numbers? Okay, let's use this one because that was the same clay radius as we have here. So this was the 30th cut. This is the 31st cut. Ramp change angle. Okay, plus. Nice. That's what we like to see every time. All pluses, right, Stevie? Stevie's like, it's okay if we lose. No, we're not losing. Up. All up. Now, is this the best we've done to date? No, we've done better than 205 somewhere. Is this the best we've done at 700? I think so. I don't remember hitting 312 before. Okay? And what's even nicer is at 600, we did 296.3. If I put a flow ball on the floor of that short side, remember the short side, I cut down too much. It goes to 302 at 600. At 0.9, it goes 311. I put a flow ball on the floor, it goes to 314. So if I didn't screw my short side up, we have the possibility of going 300 and change at 600 lift. That's not bad, guys. I'm sorry, but it's really not bad. Yeah, it's a big port. It's probably 230, at least 230. Maybe a little more. It sucks to see, let me tell you. But in any case, with doing that, you would think it would knock the swirl back. Well, it did. It knocked the swirl back except for 1 point. And if we look at our curve between 600 and 700 lift, we still have more than enough swirl. I'm not afraid to knock that ramp back a little bit more like the L29. Maybe the people that designed the L29 knew what they were doing. It's possible. Okay, the airspeeds tell you a lot. Okay, this was the 30th cut, which was basically a loser. Okay, plus. I didn't touch the pinch since this one, but notice how much more it goes because it's moving quite a bit more air. This was 287 and this is 296. So she's moving more air. That's why our speeds went up. Take a look at our roof. This part of the roof died. You know why? Because it can go around that ramp now. It doesn't have to go to the roof. Okay, so it's changing the way the air flows through that bowl. It's actually kind of interesting, right? Minus, minus. And what happened on our short side? Well, if these go down, these should go up, right? Well, we got two of them that went up. But look at how relatively even they are. These were pretty even, too. And I did that on purpose. I was trying to make them even. But it wasn't a winner as far as flow. Yeah, our numbers look better. But we got to do both. We got to get better numbers and better flow. Otherwise, we're losing ground. Notice how much it's different in the center. The whole port's working better. The whole port on our 31st cut. 31st. I'm sure there's lots of pros that would laugh at that because they could get this done in, what, 2 cuts and they would be better than this. Why not? It's not like I'll be doing anything constructive if I wasn't doing this. What would I be doing? Watching football and drinking beer? I don't like football that much, and I'm not a big beer drinker, so I might as well spend time in the garage. Okay, here's a pretty obvious change, okay? That wall looks quite a bit different. The ramp looks quite a bit different. Our angle this way looks quite a bit different. I kind of like the way it's shaped. I think I may modify that a little bit more as I move it over. Looking good. As far as our liquid, not bad at all. Really not bad. Alright guys, so this will be published New Year's Eve. You know what my father-in-law would call New Year's Eve, right? He was a Suffolk County PD sergeant, motorcycle cop. Called New Year's Eve Amateurs Night. You know what I mean. And with our luck with automotives lately, stay off the roads, guys. Or at least keep your wits about you. Sheesh. Hate to see that happen to anybody. My daughter's still banged up. She's not a happy camper right now. She's looking at different vehicles. I can't help her out, so she's gonna have to get what she can get. She's not getting anything that's not a 5-star crash rated car because her nickname is now Crash. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. I think this was a relatively successful cut after like 5 or 6 losers in a row. But sometimes that's the way it goes. I think I'm going to knock that ramp back even more. I'm going to twist that a little bit more clockwise and see what I can do. And what's the worst that can happen? It loses? Then it loses. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.